Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at some source material on AV hardware, specifically the WolfPack 4K HDMI splitter line from HDTV Supply.
Right, they've been around, what, 25 years doing AV integration?
Exactly. So our mission today is to figure out what makes something like their 1x10 splitter, the $175 one, so different. Why is it needed for professional setups compared to just a basic cable?
Well, it's more than just splitting, isn't it? You take one input, sure, and send it to multiple outputs. The source mentioned both 1x10 and 1x4 models.
Okay.
But in professional or commercial spaces, it's really about signal integrity and management, especially when your displays might all be slightly different. That's the core problem it solves.
So performance, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
The specs mentioned 10.2 gigabits per second.
Yep, 10.2 GBPs, and HDCP 1.4 compliant, which is important for content protection.
That speed. It sounds fast, but is it like top of the line for HDMI today, or is it more about hitting a specific requirement?
It's really the baseline you need for the features it supports. That 10.2 GBPs is what allows it to handle things like HDR.
Okay. High dynamic range. The sources list HDR, HDR10, HDR10 plus Barn, even Dolby Vision, plus deep color and XUICC. So the bandwidth is for that fidelity.
Precisely. All that extra metadata in HDR formats, it needs that pipeline. Without that speed, you just can't reliably pass those signals, especially to multiple screens.
Gotcha. Now, the resolution specs are interesting. It says it supports 4K, up 60 hertz.
But, and this is key.
Right, the catch, it's at YCBCR 4.2.0 color space for 60 hertz.
Exactly.
If you want the full, uncompressed color, the 4.4.4 space, you have to drop down to 4K at 30 hertz.
That's the trade-off, absolutely. 4.2.0 at 60 hertz gives you smoother motion, which might be better for, say, digital signage showing fast action.
But you're losing some color information.
You are. Essentially, yeah, half the color data compared to 4.4.4. But for many commercial uses, 60 frames is, well, it's often preferred over perfect color depth.
So the unit gives you the choice, which is professional, I guess. You decide what matters more.
The expert gets to choose based on the need. That's the point.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly.
Yeah.
One of the biggest pains in multi-display setups is the handshake, right? EDID.
Oh, yeah. Extended display identification data. It's how the source, like a player, and the display, the TV or monitor, agree on what settings to use.
And this WolfPack unit has EDID management built in. Let's unpack that.
Right on the panel, there are two modes you can select. It's pretty neat, actually.
Okay.
You've got STD mode standard. If things are just not working, displays aren't syncing, you flip it to this.
And what does that do?
It forces everything. It just tells all the outputs to use a basic default setting.
Yeah.
1080p at 60 hertz, stereo audio. Kind of a failsafe.
Like a guaranteed picture, even if it's not the highest quality.
Exactly. Gets you out of trouble. Then there's TV mode.
Okay, what's TV mode?
That's the smarter one. It looks at whatever display is plugged into HDMI output 1. It reads that display's EDID.
The primary display.
Right. And it copies those capabilities and tells the source, okay, this is what all the connected displays can handle. So it tries to get the best compatible signal for that specific set of screens based on display number 1.
And if nothing's on output 1, or it can't read it.
Then it defaults back to the same 1080p failsafe, so you always get a signal. It's quite clever for dealing with mixed monitor environments.
That seems really useful. And the docs mention signal retiming, too, for cascading.
Yeah, that's important for larger systems. It means you can chain these splitters, it says, above 3 layers deep in 1080p format without the signal degrading too much. It actively cleans up the timing.
And practical installation stuff. Easy setup. Power supply included.
Yeah.
What about cable lengths? Always a concern.
Pretty decent, actually. It supports up to 30 feet on the input side and up to 50 feet for the outputs, assuming you're using, good quality AWG22 or 24 HDMI cables.
And audio's covered too. DTS HD, Dolby True HD, LPCM 7.1.
All the main high-res formats, yeah. It passes them through.
So bringing it all together, this isn't just a simple splitter. It's really a distribution amplifier with brains. Using that 10.2 GBPs to manage EDID, handle HDR, retime signals.
It's the hidden workhorse. It ensures that what you want to see on all those screens is actually what appears, reliably. Managing that tension between, say, HDR formats and stable connections.
So what does this mean for you, the listener? Understanding this shows why professional gear costs more. It's not just about more ports. It's about active management, control, and guaranteeing signal integrity in complex scenarios. It avoids the headaches.
And it leaves us with a final thought, really. Think about that choice it forces. 4K 60 Hz with less color, or 4K 30 Hz with full color. It perfectly illustrates how we're constantly balancing act, isn't it? balancing bandwidth limitations against the demand for ever-increasing visual quality and video distribution. That's the ongoing challenge.